Hello everybody and welcome to the Rose Jewel Railroad. I was just at Trainfest today in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Had a good time. Picked up this t-shirt, obviously. I'd say the highlight of the day was I got to meet the guys from GFW Trains. Both Wally and George were there, and George Sr. was there. That was pretty cool. They gave me this little backpack bag here, and at first I was kind of like, oh, now I got something to carry around, but it actually was pretty dang handy. You know, I picked up a few train cars and whatnot, and you know, I put it right in the bag there, and that you can actually use that bag as a backpack too if you want to. So that worked out all right. It got a notepad and a cute keychain and some few papers and whatnot in there. So, but that was really cool meeting those guys, and I didn't pick up a lot, but I did pick up these three train cars here. I've kind of been eyeballing this car here and this fast track car here and this Milwaukee road car. This one is from a vendor I've dealt with before. I believe they're called Southern Trains. The guy's actually out of Columbus, Wisconsin, and I guess it's kind of it's like, well, geez, Southern Trains, and he's in Wisconsin, but Southern Wisconsin is very much different from Northern Wisconsin, so I'm guessing that's the reason behind the name. I'm not sure, and I might be a little bit off on the name for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's Southern something. And this fast track train car I got from Sommerfeld's in Butler, Wisconsin. They had a booth set up there. They were pretty dang busy today. And this car here, of course, I already had this K-Line car here, and then I seen this one here, and I really kind of wanted it. I kind of hemmed and hawed and passed by it a few times. It was marked at $50, and I didn't know if I was going to be finding a really nice locomotive I wanted, so I kind of passed on it a few times, and I noticed they had two of them, so I felt pretty safe. But I got towards the end of the day, and I thought, well, I'm going to go over there and get that. And when I got over there, I noticed another guy was kind of negotiating with the guy or whatnot, and like I said, it was marked at $50, and I offered him 40, and he said, yeah, and I gave him 220s. And he said, I'll get you your change back. And I just, okay, I guess. I found that interesting. And he gave me back a 10. So I guess he thought I offered him 30. But, so, every once in a while you get lucky. It usually goes the other way around. But, yeah, it's a really nice K-Line car. Everybody knows that K-Line made real nice stuff like that caboose. That's a smoking caboose. And got home here and I kind of, maybe I should have bought the other one, you know. But, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it was a really good time. And I got to, like I said, got to meet the GFW Trains. That was kind of the highlight of the day. And it was super crowded down there. Man, it was packed from getting off the interstate to getting in there. It was, man, it took forever. Well, at least it felt like forever. And once I got in there, it was really, really crowded. And, you know, the aisles were really, really crowded. There was a couple aisles I actually gave up on going down because, you know, sometimes you can look at the traffic flow and it's like, okay, the traffic flow is going my way or the traffic flow is going this way. Well, there was a couple times a couple aisles looked like they were one-way streets. I mean, it was just crowded, so I just went around and tried to get through the other ways. And the interesting part was, is, you know, the places I wanted to see, it seemed like they were the places that were, you know, the most crowded, especially the O-gauge stuff. Let me get these running while I'm talking here. Oh, I got that one running. So yeah, it was a good time, and like I said, it was really crowded, but I managed to get in there and find what I need. The show's going on tomorrow. I don't know when you're watching this, so you can make it out there in Milwaukee tomorrow. There was quite a few modular layouts. You know, people brought in. I got a lot of respect for those clubs that bring that in and set that all up. You know, I know it takes a lot of their time to do something like that. And but it's really nice to see that. And I can't say I saw a lot of post-war trains for sale. I mean, I was mainly kind of looking at the booths and stuff and seeing what was for sale and whatnot. And I didn't see a whole lot of post-war. It was kind of few and far between. I didn't see any pre-war. I mean, there probably was some there, but I just didn't see it. And of course, you know, there was N gauge there, and HO, and O scale, and some G scale there. Lionel was there. There was quite a few dealers that, you know, like Atlas and stuff, selling new stuff. I guess I can kind of compare it to the Mad City show in Madison, Wisconsin, where it seems quite a bit different because the Mad City show's got like a lot of post-war stuff and whatnot, and just a lot of small vendors selling stuff here and there. And in Mad City, you won't see, you know, at least I've never seen Lionel there, and some of the big, you know, Atlas and, you know, some of the big time dealers there. But yeah, it was definitely a good train show. I definitely recommend it. And the t-shirt was a good buy. That was only 15 bucks, so, you know, picking up a t-shirt for 15 bucks, they don't get much cheaper than that anymore. Well, I always wanted one of those gold cars because everybody knows that's pretty realistic, because if you know, the Federal Reserve is going to, you know, put gold bars on their train, they're going to have glass windows, of course, so everybody can see it. But I don't know. Over the years, that's what's kind of drawn me to Lionel. They'll have goofy cars where it's like HO scale has more serious cars and stuff, more like model railroading. But the older I get, it's just like, you know, kind of screw it, get what you want, you know, and fantasy scheme and whatnot. And obviously the fast track car, you know, people kind of rip on fast track and whatnot, but obviously I like it, and it's plentiful to get. As a matter of fact, my third rail, my biggest, longest outer rail is going to be fast track, so, you know, I don't have a problem advertising for it. You know, one thing about fast track that I've noticed over my tubular track, and that middle rail used to be tubular. If you see some of my older videos, I used to have 2 or 3 connections in that middle loop, and I've only got one, and I don't know, they seem to run pretty steady to me, even the older trains, so I just never felt a need for it. And so I'm kind of happy, you know, like this older, this outer rail here, I guess I figured out the scale one time, and it's about 1 scale mile, which is, you know, pretty good for a model railroader, right? But I think I got like 5, I think I got about 5 lock-ons on that one or so, helping it out, trying to get it smooth enough to keep the train running smooth. But don't get me wrong, you know, tubular tracks got that classic look and whatnot, but it's kind of nice to move on to some of the other stuff. I just don't have a whole lot of train shops in my area, so the one I do have it close to Madison does carry a pretty decent supply of fast tracks, so that's what I'm going to go with. And of course, there's plenty of that on the internet. Being a Wisconsin guy, I'm always attracted to the Wisconsin more themes, like the Milwaukee Road. And I've got some Wisconsin and Southern, which is very hard to get. That was one thing I was trying to find there today. And I actually met Mr. Muffin's Trains. That was pretty cool, talk to him. Excuse me. And I was actually asking him about if he had any Wisconsin and Southern. He said, he goes, well, that's pretty hard stuff to come by. He said, but he goes, I know a guy that'll paint it up. And then I told him I got a guy that paints it up for me too. And I was just actually kind of looking for the real thing for once. But yeah, I've got some Wisconsin and Southern locomotives that a guy painted up real nice, and I need to show them off on YouTube one of these fine evenings. got my smoking caboose going tonight. I really like that caboose. Anyways, that's about it. I just wanted to talk about Trainfest for a little bit, and that's about it. You know, show off what little I got here, and thank you very much for watching, and give me a thumbs up if you like it, and enjoy your comments, especially if you guys were there. I'd love to hear what you thought about the train show, and yeah, if you want to subscribe, go ahead. I enjoy putting these videos out, and I enjoy watching what other people are doing too. And so thank you very much for watching. Bye now.